I felt like making some dream catchers, and I have these old frames that I made from weeping willow branches, and I made so many of them. I've had them for a few years, but I haven't got around to making the dream catchers. So, yeah, today I'm gonna start a couple. And they're all different sizes, but I think I'm going to go with the bigger ones this time. And I have all this stuff. I have dried roses and dried citrus. Is there lime or lemon peel, I think? But yeah, I've just collected a bunch of natural products. I also have feathers, a whole hodgepodge of feathers. Some I got from like masks, old costume masks that I took apart. I collected some. I actually collected this one. I used to collect feathers when I found them on the ground. But these are ancient. Again, I've had these for so many years. What else do I have? Most of them are pigeon feathers. This one is an emu. Actually, my neighbors in Arizona had a lot of exotic pets, and they had emus. So what I like about all my stuff is that it has its own unique story. Like this, my family went to Hawaii a lot when I was a kid, so I have seashells, beads that I've had. Again, I've had some of this stuff since I was like 8 years old. I have just kept little bits for so long. So I'm going to challenge myself to use just what I have on this project and not buy anything new for it. And yeah, let's see where it goes. So I pretty much just lay everything out on the ground to get an idea of what the design will look like. I love working on the floor. So yeah, I'm just going to put everything down and lay it out and work from there. I've made dream catchers before, but mostly little ones for earrings. When I look up pictures online, there seems to be a few different ways of doing it. Yeah, at least that I can tell, you go above each under and above each weave, and also you can loop it back around. So that's what I'm doing here is I'm going up above the first layer, but I'm also looping the thread back through the path it came. And it creates like a little extra space in those rhombi, those shapes that it makes. With the weave that just goes above and back down without looping through, it doesn't keep the spaces as apart while you're working. And I just like to be able to see more of the shape of it while I'm working. I don't know what's technically correct. But yeah, I love weaving them. This is the second one I'm working on here, I think. These are emu feathers. I don't have that many left, so I'm going to use pretty much all that I have left to make at least one dream catcher with them. And I'm just going to tie them into bunches so that they look fuller. These are I just think these are the coolest feathers ever because they're long and fluffy and just kind of elegant. I don't know. I just love them. I've made a bunch of earrings with them. I found these like amazing little crimping beads that have a hoop attached to them. I don't know if you've ever used like crimping beads, but they're really easy to use. And these also have a little hoop attached to them. So I am really excited to try these. I've secured feathers before, and I always just tie it off with string. But these, I'm going to see how these crimping beads work. They're really simple. You just squeeze the metal around the feather. And I'm using super glue because I usually super glue my knots and just everything to make it extra secure. Once I get on the roll with something, it's really hard for me to stop. Really have like an addictive personality in general. And it also applies to crafts. So I just kept making dream catchers. I think I did this like 2 or 3 times before I got bored. I think this is probably my favorite dream catcher that I made, just because it was the most unique. And I have these seashells that I found, and they actually have a naturally occurring hole in them. So I didn't have to drill them or anything. I found them like this. So that was really special. Now I'm just securing it to the dream catcher using basic knots. For whatever reason, I don't really mind really simple tasks like just tying these ribbons up. Yeah, it's kind of meditative, I think. So I just did this for a long while. I just could not be stopped. I made way more dream catchers than I had initially planned on making. I think I was just going to make like 2. But I ended up making a whole lot more, and yeah, I had fun with it. I think this was the last one that I made, yeah. And it was also the biggest, as you can see. And here they all are. That was about a week's work of work. And I had so much fun. They came out really beautiful and natural. And I got to use things I've kept and collected for ages. I think those peacock feathers came from my aunt in Wyoming. Yeah, just a really cool collection of stuff.